have never betrayed you, Commander. And begging your pardon, sir, you are not God.
Mr. Henson! Never make it either way without fresh meat. We'll have to start butchering the dogs.
Kill the dogs? Are we savages now?
How many?
Just one. The weakest.
No, no.
And I'll trust you to be fair in your assessment.
Oh man, don't hurt the dog. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in, and today I want to share an incredible true story with you about the first successful expedition to the North Pole. And you might be asking yourself, why the hell would anybody want to go there? And I'd simply say, because we can. And if you take a look at the explorers themselves, you can definitely tell they were a couple of happy campers. So the movie stars a few recognizable actors, including Henry Czerny, who played the evil spy chief Kittredge in the original Mission Impossible movie, and Delroy Lindo, who you might remember from a few Spike Lee movies, including Malcolm X. So, if you're interested, I now invite you to join me as I watch, react, and review Glory and Honor. Cool instrument.
To find the North Pole. Since Columbus claimed the New World for his own, there has been no greater discovery left to man. To stand where there is no east or west. The idea drives the brave man's heart and compels the brave man's soul. Yet no man, brave or timid, has ever achieved that goal. Indeed, 756 men have perished in the hunt. And still, we are seduced. Why? Because we are Americans. And Americans are seduced by the lure of the future. Valley Forge was a mere dress rehearsal for what Americans can and will endure. Gettysburg, a mere blueprint for the gallantry and bravery Americans can and will show in battle. America will find and claim the North Pole because America must. It is the unknown. It is the future. And more than anything, it is the future that drives our American soul.
So basically colonialism.
Thank you.
Got to beat Russia to it.
Marvelous music.
Magnificent, Robert.
Joe?
You've never spoken more eloquently, husband.
Perfect wifely response, wife.
And still the truth. Imagine.
And what about you, Matthew? Are you seduced?
Seduced, sir? I am ready to propose.
And so it has begun. I, Matthew Henson, personal valet to Lieutenant Robert Peary, will set off with the morning tide, sailing to the top of the world.
Are those my medical supplies?
Don't know, sir.
Robert! Robert! Robert!
Robert, that boy of yours,
Hello, Doctor.
are you sure he's to be trusted? With more than hankies and underdrawers, I mean.
Why do you ask, Doctor? Thank you.
The fellow waylaid me on deck, said he'd take care of storing the medical supplies, and I haven't seen him since. Oh, Jenny Lynn's knees. It's hot enough to send the Pope in search of the North Pole.
Well, I'm sure your tincture of iodine is safe, Doctor. However, if you're really concerned... Ah, Mr. Henson.
Sir, our friend, Mr. Astrup, the Norwegian fellow. He's not so very happy, sir. He's convinced that his load of skis hasn't been put aboard.
Well, that load of skis could prove very essential to our expedition, Matthew.
Shanghai medicinals and sulky Vikings. You've got your hands full with this lot, Lieutenant. Robert, are we expected to put up with this Kentuckian's mad shenanigans all the way to Greenland?
We're not just riding on Morris Jessup's money, Dr. Draper. John Veroff gave me $2,000 to be part of this expedition.
I don't care if he outfitted the whole blasted ship. It's an insult.
Let Johnny fly his rebel flag. Who does it hurt?
Never understood why people fly the rebel flag. Sore losers, maybe?
June 12th, 1891. Puny and insignificant we may be in your eyes, Lord. Still, I can't help but feel we have embarked on a great and glorious trek.
Good evening, Mr. Gibson. Have you found your sea legs yet?
I knew I'd forget to pack something.
Spoken like a true man of science, Dr. Draper, making a deity of empirical data and putting your faith in facts instead of God.
You would think Captain Stewart would be a little more adept at dodging those chunks of ice out there.
Any less adept, Mr. Astrup, and we'd be at the bottom of the ocean.
You and Mr. Darwin aside, Doctor, our search for the pole will not succeed without divine guidance. Surely you believe in faith's hand in all this, Lieutenant?
Well, I believe that God helps those that help themselves. And I have faith in America's faith in progress. Now, we do not have to reach the North Pole on this, our first journey, but we must make progress if we can establish with absolute certainty that Greenland is an island, or even better to our purpose, not an island, but a highway to the North Pole. Oh my God. Mr. Henson?
Sit back, sir. Let me see what the damage is.
Robert!
Oh, sir, this leg is broken.
That'll be all, Matthew. Let me through. For God's sake, Robert, sit still. Verhoff, Astrup, take him to his cabin. Joe, don't you dare faint on me.
Fainting is for coarse girls and debutantes, Doctor.
Steady now. Easy. There, put him on his bunk. Come on, sir. Carefully, we don't want to puncture the skin. All right.
Is this
You,
ship
Johnny
stronger
Red,
than
take
the
hold of his knee and
Titanic?
work on the ankle. No, I want Matthew.
Matthew,
Miss Perry, I've got experience in this sort of...
my husband is accustomed to his ministrations. Matthew,
Matthew, take hold of the lieutenant's knee. Mr. Henson, open the portal. It's hotter than Nicaragua in here.
Not now, Mr. Henson.
The accident could have ended our expedition before it had even begun. But Lieutenant Peary's almost inhuman capacity to endure pain made it possible to continue. There are many who'd be hard-pressed to match his courage.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but that leg will be months healing. You'll need help just getting to the privy, beg your pardon, Josephine, let alone traversing the ice cap.
You're right, Doctor. I will need help while I convalesce, but I can do that holed up in a Greenland winter camp over the next few months, as well as any place else. And as far as my jaunts to the privy are concerned, let Verhoff do the honors. Show him what $2,000 can really buy. Just the man I wanted to see. Decent shave ought to set the morning straight.
I've got some water heating already, sir. But first, I I heard Dr. Draper say he had forgotten plaster for the cast.
I forgot nothing. It was never loaded. I warned you, Robert.
Well, I recall something that Captain Charles had rigged for our first mate in a similar situation.
This was aboard the Katie Hines.
Yes, sir. For your leg, sir.
You plan to bury it, Matthew?
That's he, sir. As befits a Navy man's limbs.
Well, let's have a look. You carpentered this yourself?
Yes, sir.
It's very good. Something those shaker types might come up with.
And I can vouch that she'll hold your leg immobile, sir.
Well, Hippocrates?
Most unorthodox, but I suppose it won't kill you. Although it wouldn't be an issue if my plaster had been properly stowed.
Thank you.
Well, you heard the doctor. Let's box this damn thing up right.
Sir.
I didn't know a black man invented a leg cast.
I dreamt of this ever since I was a child. Vast, unmarked sheet of parchment where a man can write his name as large as Columbus wrote his.
Larger.
Columbus must have been well married. How else to explain his determination?
Well, perhaps he was determined to escape a squalling child, dirty diapers, and a frazzled wife.
Oh my God, Joe. A child.
Late summer. Before the kite returns, I think. Are you pleased?
Damn, this wood is warped.
You should try planting an eighth off.
Well, if it isn't the nigger Mr. Chippendale. Gentleman's gentleman, field surgeon, and now carpenter extraordinaire.
Carpenter extraordinaire. I would have thought that was Jesus.
Mr. Veroff, why don't you give Dr. Draper a hand with that tar paper?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henson.
Totally uncalled for that.
I'm Robert Peary. Be a sport and just cosh me on the head.
I think that we've, yes.
The Inuit had never seen a Negro before. And since my color was so close to his, Iqua was sure I was an Inuit stolen as a baby. And he seemed determined to welcome me back home.
It seems you please our new neighbors, Matthew.
It's a novel feeling, sir.
Peary and his team of expeditioners would have to wait until the following spring before attempting to cross the Greenland ice cap. As winter set in, I watched them prepare and found myself dreaming that maybe I could go with them.
In Norway, a man on skis can cover 100 miles in a day. That is how we'd like you to use them. To cross the ice cap.
And not to complain, Astrobone chap. But what happens when one of these bloody things heads east and the other heads west?
Everyone yells, make a wish!
Then our Norwegian expert here fell up to his waist in the snow.
Joe, have you shown Mr. Gibson the Inuit knife you took in trade today?
Oh, you really must get a peek at it. I believe it's made from ore taken from the Great Irons.
The meteorites that Ross tried so hard to find. My God. What a feather in our Yankee caps. If we were to succeed where Britain's foremost explorer failed.
Joe's thoughts exactly. For myself, I'll humbly settle for being the first to the North Pole.
And I'll humbly drink to that.
Sure.
And I'll humbly drink to being the first off this godforsaken island, or what it is. Bottle of wine, boy.
Sir, you are intoxicated.
Madam, I am drunk, and like to get far drunker still.
Mr. Veroff, you will apologize to my wife, Mr. Henson, and the rest of this company for your common behavior and loutish appearance.
Appearance? Look at you. Dressed for dinner and dining off of Limoges and Damas because the princess here can't abide anything less. Even when we all stink from not having a real bath for 4 months.
Mr. Verhoff.
Sorry for spoiling your dinner, ma'am. With a mere personal observation.
I sense mutiny in the air.
Easy, 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 easy. Easy, 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 easy.
Aww. Poor little pup caught in a net.
Excuse me. Whose dog is this? Et quoi? Et quoi? Et quoi? Is this your dog?
Genau. Genau.
Maripaluk. I was to learn it meant the kind one. The Inuit never called me anything else after that. The lieutenant they came to call Pulekshwa, the Great Peary. From that day on, Ikwa took me under his wing. He arranged for Analka, their best hunter and driver, to tutor me in the ways of the Inuit people.
You have nails for that sort of thing, Matthew?
Ikwa says they break in the cold.
Ikwa says.
I'm learning a little of the language.
Inuit.
Inuktitut.
Oh, indeed. Amazing what passes for language around here, isn't it?
The Inuit have been learning English too, sir.
Hello? Well, rumor is you've become quite a hand at driving the dogs, Matthew.
For a colored Kobruna.
Yes, well. I still believe we'll make better time crossing the ice cap on skis, but the expedition would do well to have at least one sledge should someone fall ill or something.
Sir?
Well, since you're the only one who can drive the dogs, it seems you're elected to do the honors.
I'd be grateful.
Good. Good. Well, we leave in the morning, so trade what you need for a team of dogs and a sledge. Carry on.
I've always wondered how people can survive and thrive in that
When March
environment.
came, the days were finally long enough to begin the journey to find out whether Greenland was an island or a highway to the pole.
Thank you for these clothes. Akina, thank you for this, your gift. A dog of my own.
The Halunafs and Six can do as they wish. But you are our cousin. We do not want Kukuyak to eat you.
Kukuya, god of the ice cap.
Life is here, with us.
Kukuya won Piulukswak when he broke his leg.
That wasn't Kukuya. That was a large chunk of ice that rammed the ship. Cousins, I have to go. I'm part of this expedition. And we have got to know that we can depend on each other no matter what happens. Takvavusi.
While writing your name across the Arctic, give us mere mortals a thought or two.
I adore you.
Go. Your child and I will be fine. Give him hell, Navy.
You are becoming a threat to American progress, wife.
Be good. Let's go, gentlemen!
I wonder if they filmed this on location in the actual Arctic. I'll have to check that after this movie ends.
Lieutenant, climb aboard.
I can carry my own weight, damn it! It's these blasted skis! Never should have listened to Astra. Besides, wouldn't want to discomfort your dog.
She doesn't mind sharing, Lieutenant. Climb aboard.
No thanks. Matthew? You warm enough in that, get up?
I'm sweating like a pig, sir. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, that's the racist guy. Let him fall. Let him go. Yes! He deserved that. Nah, he would have caused problems later anyway.
Stupid damn glove.
Let it go, Matthew. Nothing could have saved Verhoff.
Angels are bright still, though the brightest fail. Milton.
Hardly standard fare for a valet.
Or a cabin boy. But 63 days in the horse latitudes, with an area breeze, it seemed good enough company to keep.
That's what Grady Perry would call a pull up another dog night. We could share her, Matthew.
Sir?
The damn dog. In order to best pool our body heat, I'm ordering you and that spoiled hound of yours closer to me.
Sir, I don't think...
Well, I do.
This is just a thought. Next time, can we consider igloos?
And Eskimos. Lots. And lots of Eskimos.
Glad I'm watching this from the comfort of my own room here.
Bad luck, Matthew. Definitely frostbite.
I'm all right, Commander. I can walk fine.
Keep it covered and warm as possible. Sorry, Matthew. We've only enough supplies for the schedule. If you were to slow us down, it could put the others in real jeopardy. And I can't allow that. I am sorry.
Matthew.
Mrs. Perry. We, lost Verhoff. He's dead.
Where's Robert? Oh my God, what happened?
Commander's fine, Matt. The commander is fine, Mrs. Perry. He's fine. I came back early. It's my hand. It's frostbite.
You're just so fragile.
Yes, we are, man.
Mahabalu, we saw your return. Are you well, cousin?
Yes. They sent me back early for fear I'd hinder the others.
Be grateful Kukuyak only bit your hand, Mahabalu.
It may be Kukuya has seen into your heart and found you, not without worth.
It is time Mahabalu earned his white pants. White pants made from the polar bear's hide. Mark the true man.
It may be a good place to begin.
When any animal is killed, we must thank him for the gift of his life. But of all the animals, the bear is closest to man. When the bear is killed, we must mourn him as we would a person, and thank him for allowing us to kill him and grow from his spirit. A harpoon, so that his hunting in the next life will be easier. Gummicks for his feet, so they will be warmer on his long hunts.
Mahabalu, you understand?
I just think that everything is so connected here. That everything is so free.
The Inuits definitely have an amazing culture. Definitely learn a lot from them.
I, Lieutenant Robert E. Peary, name this precipice Navy Cliff in honor of the United States Navy. And to commemorate this day, July 4th, 1892, I hereby name the water before me for all eternity. Independence Bay!
Wow. Vast expanse there. Totally uninhabitable though.
We have indeed made great progress, but rest assured the ice cap is ferocious. It's no wonder the Inuit, simple people, are terrified of it. But we've proven once again that American drive and character can conquer even the harshest environments. And I promise you, and the spirit of John Verhoeff, who gave his life for this conquest, that I will not rest until, with America's support, I have nailed Old Glory to the North Pole. Well done, Mr. Henson.
Thank you. Sir?
Mr. Henson, the dogs?
Kenneled and fed. They hate this heat, sir. How's Mrs. Perry?
Oh, much the same. Hello. She begged off this meeting with Jessup. Perhaps you should look in on her just before attacking that list. And while Jessup's showering me with money for the next expedition, I want you to pop over to the warehouse and check up on the latest deliveries of dried foodstuffs. We don't want to start out with mealy beans and flour. And Congreve ought to be delivering the coal supply. Don't let him shortweigh us. And most importantly, Mr. Henson, don't forget to stop by the Emporium and pick up that soap I'm partial to. I will freeze for the pole, but I will not shave with lion lime.
Sir, I need to speak with you.
Jessup's checkbook is waiting, Mr. Henson.
I know that, sir, but this is very important to me. I'm very grateful, sir, that you allowed me to drive the sledge on Greenland. And I feel that, sir, you've always been very, very fair with me as your valet.
Well, that's good. It means we've both been well served.
Yes, sir, but with all due respect, I feel like I could serve a greater purpose on our next expedition.
Our next expedition?
Yes, sir. Now, in Greenland, I feel that my worth rose far above the serving of hot shaving water.
Did it indeed?
Sir, I'm the only one in the party who learned the dogs, the sledge, the Inuit. The Inuit people know me. They trust me.
Are you saying they don't trust me?
I'm saying they don't know you, sir. And you never took the time to learn them.
Well, now I know how God felt when that lump of clay stood up and demanded a name. If it's the title you crave, you have it. Matthew Henson, assistant to Perry in Search of the Pole. You know, I may not have taught you carpentry and Milton, but I have, by God, made a man of you. Come along. I'm afraid I don't understand.
It was waiting for me when I came up from your lecture. Dad, I must say I found it simple enough to understand.
It's a damn lie. Piggybacking off my accomplishments.
They're not stealing your laurels. They're correcting your mistake.
Not so much a mistake. It's just the Norwegians approached Independence Bay from the east, proving what you thought was the northern edge of Greenland was simply just another fjord.
A mistake. The Norwegians proved that Greenland was an island. Not you. Not America.
So what? If Greenland is an island, it can't very well be a highway to the North Pole, now can it? And that's the prize that America wants. Let's forget Greenland. Our next expedition should be launched from
Ellesmere Island, sir. And we could use Fort Conger as our base.
Greeley's old base? It's been abandoned for 20 years.
We'll dust.
Doesn't feel right, Robert. Only 7 out of 24 of Greeley's men made it back alive. Turned cannibal and God knows what else.
That's because Greeley was an incompetent fool who refused to adopt Eskimo ways, as I have done to my infinite advantage. Look at these pants. This man was sweating when we crossed the ice cap. In a blizzard. Sweating.
Like a pig, gentlemen.
They are some trendy pants, I do admit.
America wants winners. And there are a number of other explorers we could bank. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Jessup. Gentlemen, you won't be disappointed. Thank you. Yes, well done, Mr. Henson. Gibson would have broken into song and Verhoff would have debated revelations. Showed good sense wearing funny pants.
Well, we do what we can, sir. We barely had time to reach the southern coast of Ellesmere Island before winter set in. This time, we'd use the ship as our winter quarters until spring, when we could set out to Fort Conger, some 250 miles to the north.
Times change, Doctor. Novus Ordo Scarum.
And was a cook, for God's sake. Damn fine cook at that. Peary's lost his mind.
What is it, Mr. Hanson?
So this is Utah. They had some information that you might find very interesting.
What, the Earth is round?
No, sir. They saw a ship flying a red flag with a blue cross. Nani Taima.
Norway?
A Norwegian ship about 50 miles south of here. It's coming in this direction.
Sverdrup. You're trying to beat me to Fort Conger.
Well, we don't know that, sir.
Oh, it's him, all right. Who else could it be?
Well, even if it is him, his ship is pinned in just as ours is.
Well, the fools won't get any further than we have.
Can't afford to take that chance. We leave for Fort Conger first thing in the morning. Show these Norwegians a good view of our American backsides.
The storm could last a week or more. We'd die long before we reach Fort Conger.
I'm not saying conditions are ideal.
Ideal? Sir, it's over 250 miles to Fort Conger. It'd be suicide to try to travel that far in the winter.
You're right, Mr. Gibson. What I'm proposing is very dangerous. So I won't order any of you to follow me. But a brother of the heart would be most welcome.
Where's their sense of adventure? Come on.
Thank you.
got to give credit to the actors. They must have been freezing their balls off filming this movie. It's real snow, nothing fake about it.
I'm fine! We're lost, Matthew! Lost and there's nothing for us but to continue on!
Commander! I'm going on alone! There'll be food enough for 2 days if it's just the 3 of you!
What about you?
I'll be fine as long as I keep moving!
If the storm doesn't let up, you'll die alone out there, Matthew!
No, I can find my way! Snow blows from the north! I've learned how to read the drifts! Some Inuit navigation! When I get the Void Hunger, I'll come back for you all! Rest!
It's the rule of the Arctic, Matthew! It's every man for himself!
Well, if we followed the rules, Commander, we both have missed all this!
Good luck finding anything to hunt. Surely nothing can survive in that environment. How could you not get lost in that? All that snow blindness.
Not this time, Norway! Never again!
Gangrene. Frostbite, but dead. His toes just snapped off.
A few toes aren't much to give to the North Pole.
This is something Ikwa taught me. This is the quickest way to bring the feeling back into your feet.
I thought I might die
his leg off?
Matthew. After you'd left us.
I wish you had. When the feeling comes back to your feet.
Mission over. Be walking on a stump.
After 47 days at Fort Conger, Commander Peary was finally well enough to travel back to the ship. He had lost 8 of his toes and would need a long convalescence.
Thank you.
The Norwegians he had so worried about never came.
You fetched her up from the Inuit village the night you made it back from Conger. What's his name? Yankee Doodle.
Anidlu.
We all but had you for dead, you know.
Well, we had discussed the issue with some length ourselves, Mr. Gibson.
Her name's Alakazam, though I doubt he's even bothered to ask.
Her name's Alakasena.
The Inuit have another name for him now, you know. Piblucktu.
I heard Ikwa say it once, and Sisu more times than I could count. But it was the first time I'd heard a white man say it. Bibloktu. Crazy. At the first sign of spring, we were on the move again, burying caches of supplies out on the Polar Sea in preparation for our summer expedition. We hoped to make it back before this year's supply ship left in late June.
Mr. Gibson!
Mrs. Peary!
Langdon, it's so good to see you. I felt terrible missing out on this grand adventure.
Oh, madam, yours is a present that's been sorely missed. And little Marie! Oh, my goodness! What a heartbreaker you've become! Oh, madam, please. Unfortunately, the commander won't be back from Linkashes for a couple of days now. You'd not have your spinnet in there. Watch your step, madam. The commander is going to be so sorry, oh, careful, that he wasn't here to greet you himself.
Beautiful sauce, Josephine?
He knocked her up.
Josephine? Beautiful sauce, Papa.
He had it off with the native girl. Unbelievable. What was he thinking?
Store this in my cabin, girl. Something wrong?
Joe?
Joe, I am so...
Perhaps you'd like to see your daughter. It's been almost 3 years since you last saw her. I think she has something of your mother about the mouth.
Joe, please let me, try
And
to...
your feet. I was told when I arrived that your toes had to be...
Nothing. I don't miss the damn things. Joe, please. Please, talk to me.
I would think that losing a part of yourself would be beyond enduring. I know it was for me.
You've lost nothing. Nothing. The Inuit girl was nothing to me. Convenience. You still have me, Joe.
I wasn't speaking of you. I knew I was pregnant again, even before you left. But how to tell you? So excited. So determined to wipe the Norwegian stain from your name. How could I have held you back?
We have another child?
No. I did.
Miscarriage.
A little girl. Who barely managed to live 8 months. Well, perhaps your Inuit lover will be more fortunate and give you a child who will live. She seems robust enough.
Joe, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't hate me for this, Joe.
I don't hate you. I don't even know you. The man I love would never.
The man you love exists when you are by his side. Without you, he's lost.
Then do this for me, please. Robert, I still love you. We can put this all behind us if you just give up this madness. Come home. To me, to Marie. To the children that we could have. The family.
Jill, if I quit now, I can't. Joe, this would all be finished. I'd be finished. Please. Please give me this expedition, Joe, and this small share of glory, and I will find the North Pole and carve our names into it for eternity, and then there will be time for your dream. I promise.
When you're old, Commander, if you live to be old, Glory won't sit beside you in a rocker, hold your gnarled hand, and shout to passers-by that you are splendid still. I would have.
Never get between a man and his destiny.
It's good to see you again,
Not
Matthew.
even family first.
You too, Mel. I wish you a safe trip.
And you take good care of yourself? And, him if he'll let you? Czerny.
I'll do that, ma'am. God bless.
Here. Go.
That's beautiful.
Take good care of her, okay? All right.
Come on, sweetheart.
Bye.
I guess if he didn't achieve his objective, they wouldn't be making a movie about him.
Today we left Ellesmere Island for the Polar Sea. We carry few supplies with us, relying on those we cached last summer. If possible, the going is even more difficult than on land. Ice constantly shifts, smashing into ridges, breaking apart, reforming.
The ice has shifted so much, I can't sight anything.
You must have flagged 50 or more catches out there. Are you sure, sir?
See for yourself. Perhaps your eyes are better than mine.
There's no boot ahead of us?
Not that I can see.
Makulig sa kaya akong active.
Och till med det tunga så skulle det göra men.
Where Luna?
No. Don't has not forgotten beautiful. We're going home.
Mr. Henson, I gave no order to turn about.
They're afraid, sir! The Turnasuck has not forgotten the great Ferry!
Well, that may well be, but if I don't make the pull this time around, everyone else will. So you order them to stand to...
Sir, these men are here of their own free will. I can't order them to do anything.
Well, fine. Let them go. Let them be moored by their own fears and superstitions.
Noble sentiments, Commander. But without those caches, we'll starve.
They're out there somewhere. We must remain resolute in our characters. Character will tell the tale. Gentlemen?
So foolish. Not even listening to the natives. It's gonna spell disaster.
Your talk is truly been looked up. You must return with us.
I can't. I have to say goodbye to you. This is the last of the pemmican. So we don't have a choice. We got to head back. We best pray that we make it.
Now I know how God felt when that lump of clay betrayed him.
I have never betrayed you, Commander. I'm begging your pardon, sir. You are not God.
Mr. Henson! We'll never make it either way without fresh meat. We'll have to start butchering the dogs.
Kill the dogs? Are we savages now?
How many?
Just one.
No.
The weakest.
Don't do it.
And I'll trust you to be fair in your assessment.
Oh no, don't hurt the dog. Poor husky. It's all his fault. Better turn back. Blood's on your hands, buddy.
We were less than 200 miles from the pole, but were forced to turn back. Now it was a race against time.
This is seal blood. It will help you to make you strong. If you want to live, you must keep pushing forward. In life, a man must choose. Move forward another step, Mari Paluk. You will have to decide. Can you lead the way? Can you see?
Rather than come home with the obvious failure of our Ellesmere venture, Peary came up with a new way to raise money. He returned to Greenland from Ellesmere and convinced the Inuit to give up their big irons, the meteorites that had been their only source of metal. He had somehow managed to convince 4 Inuit to come to the land of the Kablunas as part of an entertainment. Within 6 months, all of them died from pneumonia. My old hunting friends, Analka and Ikwa, were among them.
Mister, you know those guys?
They were my friends.
You're him. Henson, the Negro explorer. You were in the papers. People are right proud of you, Mr. Henson.
Thank you.
Did they embalm those natives and then prop them up like that? Really?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Are they waxwork? Or the real people?
Sucking the eyes out of a little bird's head and scooping clams out of a dead walrus's stomach. Is that the most disgusting thing you've ever heard?
Here, baby, have some of this. At least it's cooked.
And that is some of my Lizzie's corn pudding. Now, nobody knows her way around the kitchen like my Lizzie.
Well, you don't give her much time for any place else, Sam June.
That's a woman's place, Lucy. One day you'll learn.
Do you think a woman's only good for cooking and cleaning?
No comment.
It's what she thinks. It should matter, I guess.
Hopeless.
May I join you?
Oh, sure.
Are you Sam's sister? Or?
I'm Lucy Ross. I'm no one's sister. I'm a bank teller.
You don't say. Well, now, that is really something. I'm pleased to meet you.
And you. And what do you do?
Lucy, that's Matthew Henson, the one that went to the Arctic. It's been in all Harlem papers, big as life.
Mr. Henson, let me tell you something, son. That, Commander Perry spent a whole lot of money trying to find something that you couldn't even see when you found it. Now, the money would have been much better spent on things right here at home.
Don't start now, Thomas.
Oh, no, not with all the unemployment and poverty right here in Harlem. And he's at it again. You just watch and see. He'll get that damn fool cowboy in the White House all hepped up, and he'll give him more money for this foolishness.
You know, now I hear different. Now, I heard Roosevelt didn't even make time to see him or nothing. Is that so, Matt?
No, now, Sam, it'd be different if he'd accomplished something. But all that time wasted, just wasted. Like it's some kind of an obsession.
I beg your pardon, sir, but I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, young man.
How was the time wasted when we went further north than anyone ever went before? We did something, I did something that nobody else ever has. Now, you're talking about Commander Perry's obsession? Well, I've had my differences with this man, and this man is no saint. But to do something as hard as the North Pole, you have got to be obsessed. That's what you learn up there. You've got to believe that nothing can stop you. No man or no thing. You got to believe in your own freedom to...
Freedom, Mr. Henson?
Freedom to be what you want to be. To do what you set out to do.
Now, what in the hell has that got to do with what's happening right here in Harlem?
Well, maybe nothing or maybe everything. I'm gonna take a walk outside for a few minutes. No, Sam, I'm spoiling your party.
All my haters, you should listen to that comment, take it to heart.
Excuse me.
You're not going to stop me, okay? I'm a man on a mission, you see.
Mr. Henson, don't go off mad. No one meant to insult you.
The truth is, I don't know where that came from. I thought I was through with Peary. His dreams are not my dreams.
No, they are yours. Matthew Henson climbs mountains that most of us wouldn't even dare to approach. And he'll do it again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday. I don't know the real date, so I made one up. Well, go on, Matt, open it. Matt?
Nobody ever gave me a real birthday gift before. One to open up and all.
Well, now they have. Now go on and open it, because I'm dying of curiosity.
All right.
Matt, what's wrong?
Got a letter from Peary. He's funding a new expedition and wants me to be a part of it.
Do you want it?
More than anything in the world. Almost. You'll see the stand where there's no east, no west. Oh, but I don't know.
No, Matthew, no. You have got to go back there. You need to find whatever it is inside you that needs finding.
I want it, but I don't want to lose you.
No, Matt. You know, I know that you cannot be content if you don't find that unseen thing and put a name to it. And if you're not content, then how could I be happy?
Lucy, will you marry me?
Oh, Matt. I will only say yes to you if you'll say yes to Peary.
We'll be gone for years.
I'll still be here for however long it takes.
Lucy Ross. I swear to you, I will bring you back the North Pole for a wedding gift.
She's a keeper, I reckon.
I will give a kiss to the girls I'll miss on Sue and Mary Jo.
6 months after marrying Lucy, I set sail aboard Commander Peary's new ship, the Roosevelt.
All right.
that everyone's here, I'd like to take this time, because time will be a rare commodity when we hit the polar sea, to say how proud I am to be leading you. You are the best of your generation. Finely bred, well-educated, morally prepared. You're the best that America has to offer. Now, to conquer the pole, we must first conquer the problem of supply, which has plagued every Arctic expedition over the last 3 centuries. On this venture, we will employ a radically unique strategy. We will all of us begin together, carrying as many supplies as possible. And at appointed intervals, various teams will break off, make camp, or go back to the base with only those supplies that they need, leaving the bulk of their loads to those of us who will continue on. Eventually, we will be pared down to 2 teams, only 2. Myself, and whichever one of you proves most capable. And then, fully provisioned for our final leg of the trek, we will find and claim the North Pole for America.
You think they would have thought of that system before? Stepping stones.
Come in, Mr. Henson. Joe gave this to me a long time ago.
I remember.
What do you think of the new men?
They seem eager enough. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Singing isn't gonna get us there, is it? You hate me, Mr. Henson?
Remembering Analka and Ikwa? Yes. Sometimes I do. But I'm also ashamed of myself.
No, that was not well done. Ever tell you how my mother followed me to college? Moved right into town. I took a lot of rising for that. Everybody thought I ought to have been in some tearing rush to cut the apron strings, but I didn't care. Because I knew she was the only one who understood why I had to be the discoverer of the North Pole.
Orphans don't have much in the way of apron strings to cut.
You're an orphan? I never knew.
Never asked.
I'm 52 years old, Matthew. There'll be no next time. This is it.
Yes. I believe it is. March 1st, 1909. North along the Cape Columbia shore. Temperatures almost to 0. The new men relished the balmy conditions. Too green to be worried as yet. conditions allowed us to make good time crossing the polar ice, until, just as suddenly, we were brought to a halt.
May camp, Mr. Henson. It will close.
The warm weather has opened up a wide lead in the ice that has made our route impassable.
Didn't think of that.
Mr. Henson.
Oh, don't worry, sir. It's just a diversion to help break up the tension, that's all.
And the winner of the ship's anchor is Podluna!
Mother Padu! To the east! The lead has iced over.
Knuckleman. He's ready, sir.
Yes. So are we. Let's break camp!
Peary's strategy is working exactly as planned. Men and dogs push further out onto the polar sea than ever before, leaving caches of food for the lucky ones who will make the final attempt at the pole.
Bartlett. You've done very, very well.
Thank you, Commander.
You can be very proud.
I am, sir.
Good. Because this may sting. I've decided to go on with Mr. Henson. I'm keeping you behind, Bartlett. I know it's a bitter pill, but I must now, more than ever, use my men to the best of their ability. And following my lead, Mr. Henson is by far the most experienced man on the expedition. But in the end, he simply doesn't possess the character necessary for him to get himself and his team back to the Roosevelt safely, due to racial inheritance, I'm afraid. In any case, I can't put Mr. Henson in that position. I hope you understand. Carry on.
Damn. Still looks down on him.
Join us for a game?
No, thanks. Actually, Mr. Henson, there's something I need to speak with you about. We're 30 miles from the pole. Tomorrow, at daybreak, I'll go on ahead. And after an hour or so, I want you to follow with the team and make camp about 10 miles up. I'll rendezvous with you there.
You are going alone, aren't you?
Mr. Henson, ever since the time I was 6 years old, I've dreamed of the day I'd stand at the pole. I did not spend my summers playing ball and climbing trees. I studied maps. I read everything I could find about all those that had gone before. I dedicated my life to this dream.
I had dreams too, Commander.
Yes. But only one of us secured the funds and engineered this expedition. I lost 8 toes. I nearly lost a wife. Any chance at a real family. I've earned it.
How have you earned it any more than any of the rest of us, sir? I froze with you, starved with you, carried you on my back when all I wanted to do was lay down and die. I saved your life, sir. Now, how do you repay me for that? I know you can't be that close to the pole and deny Bartlett or any of the others, but me, with my, racial inheritance, well, nobody will question your decision to leave me behind now, will they?
Don't be a fool. That was to appease Bartlett's pride. He needed a reason for my decision, not I.
I'd like to believe that, sir.
Then do. Because that's the truth.
Typical. He wants all the credit for the group assignment.
I know this isn't easy for you, Mr. Henson. But I do hope that in time you'll understand and appreciate the situation.
Typical corporate response. Unbelievable. I'm all that way, and in the final stretch, he cuts him out.
Where's Mr. Henson?
Mary Paluk left early with Uta.
Damn. Break camp.
Sorry, bro, he's gonna beat you to it.
Mare Paluk, why are we stopping? There's nothing here.
It may be Kukuyak has seen into your heart and found you, not without worth.
Possess the character necessary due to racial inheritance, I'm afraid.
You will have to decide. If you want to stay alive, you must keep pushing forward.
Matthew Henson climbs mountains that most of us wouldn't even dare to approach.
Mare Paluk, there's nothing here.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Getting cold just watching this movie.
I say, I am surprised you disobeyed an order. But the question is, why did you stop?
Because I found what I needed to find. Nobody can rob me of it.
We are not yet at the pole, Mr. Henson.
No. But at the moment I knew I could get there, I wanted to share it. With you.
Take the higher
Now,
road.
where's the man who wanted to share his dream with me?
What do you want from me?
Even if America has no room for a Matthew Henson, I still like to believe that Commander Robert Peary won't try to deny me of my rightful place at his side at the top of the world. I'm going to the pole. And I'm going there for me. And in my mind, there's nothing in that that diminishes you. What I want is not yours to give or take away. This place is big enough for both of our dreams.
By my reckoning, we now stand 2 hours from the pole. Unless, of course, one of us gets there in less. Mr. Henson.
Still trying to be competitive. Guy's unbelievable. Never seen those other flags before. Guys, tell me in the comments what those other flags are. Oh, of course he gets the medal, doesn't he? Where's Michael Henson? Still no credit? Nothing?
So Admiral Peary found his glory, and I hope some of the honor he'd lost along the way. For myself, I found what I needed to find. And there is certainly honor in that for me.
Oh, he only lived to the age of 64. What about Henson? Damn. But he lived to 88. Ripe old age. Well, that's good news then. Took him long enough to credit him. Co-discoverer of the North Pole. Damn right. Alright, so that was Glory and Honor, and I really think it lived up to its title. I think the film's strong point was the chemistry between the two lead actors. In real life, Robert Peary seemed to be a driven man, somebody who was singularly focused on achieving his lifelong dream. But it also came at a cost, to the detriment of the team who he denied credit to because of his massive ego. And of course, this movie is important because it reveals that aspect of human nature. I think the director also did a pretty good job at creating atmosphere, and the set design was fairly top-notch for a low-budget TV movie. The fact that they chose to film on location in Canada as opposed to a soundstage in Hollywood says to me that they definitely took this project seriously and honoured the memory of those historical figures. So with all that said, I've decided to give the movie a final rating of 3 stars out of 5. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and this is Holy Critic signing out.